Alrighty, so I'm not actually sure if Merlin is going to work here, so if she doesn't, after I test this out, I'll probably end up backing out and swapping her out for a different character, but we're going to be running a full unknown team with Filo on the bird, because obviously I feel like everybody wants new teams and stuff like that to use on the bird and the deer and stuff like that, so we're going to be trying it with Filo now because she's out. I foresee the biggest issue being not being able to apply enough debuffs on the enemy for her passive to really get through, but I guess we will see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not really sure if Merlin's passive is going to activate and actually apply on the bird, and I'm pretty sure at some point he becomes immune to debuffs and everything, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost positive. Yeah, all debuff effects at level or on floor 3. I'm not sure if he gets that on the previous ones. He becomes immune to like stuns and everything, of course. Removes debuffs. I'm pretty sure he's immune to I don't know about him actually. I know Skull and Hati are immune to darkness stacks and everything, but let's see how this kind of goes. Alrighty, here we are at the very beginning. The fact that I know that I can't put debuffs on in floor 3 is very concerning, because that's where you want to have like the most damage possible. Hopefully Freyr can kind of help us out with that. Let's see about trying to just get some damage off, maybe putting up some debuffs. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go at the moment, but should be able to throw a couple things out here. It's been a while since I ran the bird, honestly, so not too... I might end up making some weird mistakes or whatever, but we'll just kind of work around that. Or, I don't know, I might edit around it or just drop a section and come back if I have to, or if I blunder really hard. But pretty good damage there on turn 1. Not too bad. I feel like with like a bigger like damage-oriented team, I can normally kill phase 1 on turn 1, so nothing super crazy there. It's nice to use Magelda in the bird again. I do use her every once in a while in other activities, and just being able to remove debuffs and everything and use the heal will be very nice. So, he is disabled at the moment. I think we'll just get rid of the Magelda card for now, and then I don't know if we should really rush like an ult or anything. I guess we get closer to Freyr's ultimate, because that should be enough to kill on its own. And then, you know, she's going to get 2 stacks of her passive. Yeah, boom, bam. Easy peasy, moving into floor 2. I'm interested to see how phase 4 goes here, because I don't have anything super crazy, I guess, to deal with the insane amount of defenses and stuff that he has. So, let's go ahead and get rid of this, I guess, and then we can actually just go ahead and use all of these, I guess. He has stun on at the moment. I would imagine he's immune to that in all floors, because I don't think you can petrify or do anything crazy like that, which this actually will probably kill, I think. Alright, not quite, but see how much this does, actually. I'm kind of curious. 115, not terrible. All of her moves are AoE, of course, so not the greatest. And then Filo also has an AoE as well, so I think you would really want to prioritize single targets here, but it is what it is. So, at least we do put on debuffs for now, so we can use the weak point here. We don't have to worry about stances or anything, so let's go ahead and just use these 2 cards, get a little bit of extra damage off. And then he now has a damage cap starting in phase 3, so try to push closer. Hopefully we can start stacking some Magelda passive and everything and get an ult or 2 off. I guess I need to try and get closer to Filo's ultimate. Magelda's ultimate would also be really good because it's Power Strike, so that's at least guaranteed to hit damage cap pretty much. Not really sure about the Merlin ultimate though, so let's go for something like this. We'll heal up, that'll get us Magelda's passive. Can use the weak point because I doubt that'll do damage in the second phase anyway, and then hopefully those 2 cards should deal enough damage to kill here because we're putting on extra, you know, passive stacks and everything. Should increase our damage. Actually, that one kills by itself, so that's good. Alright, so here's the real test. I'm assuming, I mean, obviously if we can't get past this phase, then the run's pretty much dead. So let's go for, I guess, just all ults. Oops, all ultimates. I don't know how this is going to go. Boom. Okay, that actually did hit, even at 2-6. That got patience, which is funny. Boom. Okay, that hit, but not too hard. And now we are in a pretty interesting predicament. I don't know. Ooh, that was a lot of damage, too. I think she's dead. Yeah, okay, so probably not the greatest idea. That obviously is the run completely dead, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe we drop this. I don't know that there's anything else I can really use to get through this at the moment. Like, I don't know. Obviously, I think the weakest link here is Merlin, but Filo just really needs a lot of debuffs and stuff like that anyway, so I'm assuming late game is going to be just a really bad call. I think maybe we swap over and try to do the deer instead. So we'll just make this into using Filo on bird and deer, I guess. I don't know that I can recommend this at the moment. If you have a better team suggestion or anything, feel free to let me know, and I'll try it again, of course. But yeah, let's forfeit out of this. We'll hop over to the deer. Alrighty, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to run full unknowns here because I don't have a blue unknown character that can really take the spot of Escanor, unfortunately, because you obviously, the biggest thing about the bird is you have to run a full color rotation, and I literally just don't have any good blue units that are unknown that I can really use here, so kind of unfortunate. I didn't really know who else to use, so we're just going to use Escanor, of course. I think with Jormungandr's passive and Relic and everything, we should be pretty good either way. I don't think there's going to be anything that we really have to worry about. Obviously, not having a ton of debuffs and stuff like that could still end up being a problem for Filo, but we will see how it goes, because Jormungandr's going to help like power her up and everything, so her card should hit harder because we should have more access to the heavier hitting cards. So I think we're just going to go for something like this, and we'll move a Filo card at first. And I'm not really sure. I'm pretty set in my ways when it comes to running the deer. I have like a specific team that I normally run with Elat on it, and so I don't really branch out much on the deer. So this is probably not going to be my greatest act here, because I'm very bad at like adapting to new teams if I haven't already tried it a couple of times. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. Let's use cards with different characters to rank up again. Actually, we're probably not going to be able to get that off, unfortunately. Let's just see how much Filo does here. And then, I don't know, we have 2 green, 3 green, 4 green cards. Let's get rid of this one maybe, and then move Escanor's cards to try to get closer to his ult, I guess. So that's with no debuffs on, which isn't awful, I guess. 82k is not too bad, but I'm assuming that's going to fall off a lot more in the later floors. Get another level 2 there off of just the merge, which is kind of nice. So let's go for blue into red into green into a golden blue card. This will give us 2 gold cards for Filo here. And we'll see how that kind of works out for us. I'm not super hopeful with this, if I'm being completely honest. Which then again, like I said, I'm not like super great, you know, like mastermind when it comes to this kind of stuff. So if you have teams or team suggestions or anything with Filo on them, let me know, and I will definitely retry. But you know, like I said, it's kind of hard for me to adapt to new teams and everything just right off the cusp. So we'll see. Okay, Escanor taking quite a bit of damage here. Kind of unfortunate. I think we go for this red card into the level 1 green card, and that's probably going to kill, so we'll get rid of this blue and then move a rare card. Okay, well that killed, so not a big deal. Moving into the next phase, I'll need to use the heal card from Jormungand, of course. And then I imagine we'll lifesteal a pretty good amount back whenever we end up using ult. So she's ult disabled at the moment. Oh, did we break the rotation by accident? Was I just not paying attention correctly? Unfortunate. So let's see here. Well, it'll expire next turn, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Let's just use this to heal, I guess. We'll do one more heal, I guess. We can get rid of that card. Then I kind of want to save the Escanor and Freyr cards, so we'll just get rid of that. We won't proc Jormungand's passive, of course, but it is what it is. I kind of just want to get some cards out of hand, pull some other cards that I can hopefully use, which honestly, floor 1, phase 4 isn't too bad. Escanor's ultimate is going to do a really good amount of damage. Okay, 84k on a level 3 is kind of embarrassing, I gotta be honest, but obviously I'm not getting the 3 times weak point or anything, so that just kind of is what it is at the moment. I don't really have any way to put on debuffs unless the stun is going to get eaten through either way, so if this puts on an actual debuff, maybe I'll be okay, but Escanor's taking a lot of damage. I think we go ahead and use the ult here, because this lasts for 2 turns. If we can kill this turn, we should be in a good spot to go ahead and kill next turn, hopefully. Guess it just depends. Okay, that does good damage. Unfortunate that I didn't get the other card off. I should have used the Filo card first, so that way it ranked up, just in case. But, oh well. Now we have 2 really heavy-hitting ultimates. So let's go green into blue, into red, into green again. So let's see how this goes. 180 is not awful. I'm okay with that. That's almost damage cap. And then, boom. All right, floor 1, easy peasy. That floor's really not too hard in general, so that's not like a huge accomplishment or anything, but let's hop into floor 2. All right, so let's pretty much just start off kind of doing what we normally do. I think we can use... I'm so used to not using this card for Freyr because of the dogs. I think we're fine to just go ahead and get rid of it. So we'll kind of push towards Escanor's ultimate to kind of get through phase 2 faster, if possible. Unfortunately, I'm so used to, just moving Escanor cards, hoping that I pull an extra one, and then merging them for extra ultimate move gauge. But now that I have Jormungand's, Holy Relic, obviously I could just not proc her Holy Relic and just use, 2 cards with the same person or something like that instead. But it feels like a waste, and, going in with higher tier cards is always, preferred, I would imagine, so... Oh, if we would have pulled the other, the Jormungand card, we would have had the exact same cards that we used, which would have been kind of funny. I guess let's go for... maybe... Well, should we just rank up those cards to level 2s, maybe? Let's go for... I don't really want to get rid of the Freyr card if possible. Let's use the stun. Obviously, it's not going to stun. Use the single target, I guess we should call it. We'll use this into this, and we will move an Escanor card, I guess. So, okay, 158. That's not too bad, I've got to say. I think the single target is obviously the way to go, but, it's... When you're running Demonic Beast, unless you're running the dogs, there's only one person to hit, and even then, on dogs, you would only really want to do AoEs in the last phase, so it's not really like the AoE is going to help out a whole lot anyway, but it is what it is. Let's waste the level 1 cards here, so that way we can get through the shield thingy, and then we will go ahead and use Freyr's card, so red into green into blue into red. So all of these are going to do 1 damage, of course. And if you would rather see like an actual guide, I do have like a full guide on the bird and the deer. If you would like to learn the mechanics and everything to the fight, I tried to do that as best as I could in the guides. So obviously this is kind of just me screwing around with different units and teams and everything. So not necessarily as informative, but if you're looking to use Filo, I guess in this, maybe. But she's getting targeted a lot, which is kind of unfortunate. Luckily, I can kind of heal, which is good. So green into blue, into red, into green. We just need to merge there, I think, for as much hand space as possible. Good damage from that. I think we kill here. Like, yeah, definitely. All right, cool. So getting through with this phase. Nothing too crazy. Ranks up our cards, which is nice. I guess I should have used the Jormungand card if possible, so that way we got a level 3 Filo card, which would have been nice, but it is what it is. I think we can get rid of this Filo card, of course. I would like to get Freyr's ultimate if possible, and then we can kind of just waste some of these cards. I would like to get another Escanor card if possible, because having 2 Freyr cards and 2 Escanor cards in hand is kind of essential, so that way we can keep renewing the, like, you know, the triangle here, the color wheel, and we don't get screwed because we have 2 green units on the team, so making sure that we get cards for the characters that we have, you know, less attributes of would be ideal. I think we can go ahead. Well, I don't know if we want to use that or not. We have decent green cards in hand. I'm recovery sealed though. Like I'm infected. So I think we go for. I think we just use this to kind of help get through the phase at the moment, and then we can go ahead and use maybe the single target. Unfortunately, I don't really want to use it, but it kind of just is what it is. And then I guess I just go ahead and use that. I'm not really a big fan of using that, but just so that way I can kind of help get through this phase. I gotta progress somehow. You also can't be super stingy with your cards, because then you're gonna get your hand full and you're gonna have less space to pull cards that you need, and that can be a really big issue. So you gotta know when to like waste cards, and sometimes you gotta gamble on your RNG a little bit on just hoping that you pull what you want. But it's not always that simple. It's not. So let's go ahead and use the Jormungand card for the healing a little bit. We've got decent green cards in hand. I think with that on top of the Freyr card, we'll get rid of this. And I don't think he has the shield thing in the next phase, so let's go ahead and get rid of that as well. And that will hopefully we can draw at least 1 Escanor card, and then a couple of green cards, and we should be okay. I know we got rid of a couple of green cards there, but we have at least enough to get through 1 rotation. We got a pretty decent passive as well. We did not get an Escanor card, which is kind of bad, but luckily we don't have to deal with a shield, so let's go for, I guess, green, blue, red, and green. So that'll end up ranking that up into a level 2. That deals pretty good damage, 234. It's not damage cap or anything, but it's fine. Boom. This should get rid of his health buff, I think, yeah. So now he shouldn't have as much health. 82k, and then we're pretty much just 1 card away. No Escanor cards. Wow. So that is a big issue, but, you know, that happens, unfortunately. If I'm not mistaken, I think in this phase it freezes us if we break the chain. So let's try to get a heal off into just as much damage as we possibly can, because all of these characters are going to get frozen if we don't kill. So not a whole lot there, which that card's not really meant to do a lot of damage. This one should hopefully do okay. Nice, okay, that kills. So, got a little bit of a heal off before. Obviously, we didn't do a whole lot of damage with it, so it didn't heal a whole lot. But maybe we can heal a little bit at the beginning of the next phase. So, I'm really worried about this one. Floor 3 is rough, especially with, like, phase 3 going into phase 4. I don't know if we'll be able to complete the run or not. I'm not going to go, like, sicko mode trying over and over and over again. If we can't beat it, it just is what it is. I'll, you know, move on, but we'll see. Okay, so I think we need to heal Filo first and foremost, right out the gate. We can go ahead and waste this card, maybe the AoE card, and then try to get closer to an AoE, or an ultimate on the one. Let's see how much this does. Assuming, yeah, pretty low. 35k is not good. So you basically just want to waste those cards out of hand as anytime you get them if you're going to use her for the demonic beasts. Unfortunately for us, well, I mean, it's pretty average, I guess. Every single time I bring in Escanor, he always ends up being the one getting attack sealed here, so not a huge deal because he gains debuff immunity from, you know, his passive at level 3, or on the 3rd phase, I guess, or 3rd turn. So no big deal, but would be nice to be able to attack with him, I guess. I think we'll just do this to rank up again and then move another card. Just try to get rid of some of these bad cards out of hand if possible. Kind of whittle him down in the process. If we wait too long, I think he buffs his basic stats or something like that, and he'll start to do a lot of damage, so we gotta be careful. We can't, you know, procrastinate too much. We have to go for the kill. So, he does blockade on us, which is unfortunate because, you know, Jormungand ranks up cards, but not a huge deal because, like I said, Escanor gets debuff immunity. So let's go ahead and use this card maybe into these two, and then I don't know that we're gonna. I mean, I guess we can go for Escanor's ultimate. Like it's not gonna give us his ultimate this turn or anything, but I probably should have attacked with the level 2s first, or the level 1s first, just to rank up this card into a level 2. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, so he doesn't have a shield or anything in this phase, if I'm not mistaken, so we should be able to just go for pure damage. We pulled a lot of Escanor cards, which I'm not a big fan of here, so let's try to merge, get rid of some. So blue into red, into green, into blue. That'll give us Escanor's ultimate. Hopefully we draw Freyr cards, because at this point, if we don't pull Freyr cards, we're not going to be able to complete the rotation, which would be very bad. Let's see this damage. 80k, that's not terrible. It's okay. I don't know that she's just not really like a great option for this, I don't think. Like, you can use her if you want to, I guess, but I don't know that I would, like, recommend it or, like, go out of my way to do so, you know? So, kind of a weird one, gotta be honest. We did pull a Freyr card, which is good. We are taking a lot of damage, though, so red into green into blue, and that should kill, honestly. So let's actually move the Freyr card first and go red into green into blue, so that way we can get his ultimate. I want to rank this card up. Yeah, unfortunately we don't rank it up this turn. I think either way there we were going to do too much damage, so not a big deal. Hopefully we can use some cards here to heal. Let's go for... I would have to use the Freyr ultimate because I don't have any cards with anybody else, unfortunately. I think we just go for the double heal, get rid of these Escanor cards. Which, this is where it's going to start to get really bad because going into the last phase, normally I would use Elat's ultimate to increase my defense-related stats high enough to where I patience the ultimate removal card, so that way I can pretty much guarantee like the ultimate to kill on phase 4, but I am not really in the position to do so anymore because I don't have Elat on the team. So I guess we shall see how it goes. I guess we just go ahead and use this. I don't know that I really care too much about having Freyr's ultimate in the last phase. Plus, it's going to get probably removed before I can use it anyway. So I think I use it in this phase to try to get a little bit closer to ranking, or not ranking up, but a little bit closer to killing this phase. So let's go ahead and use, because I'm ranking up here, I think I'm going to get rid of the gold card just to get as much damage out as possible. I might kill this. Yeah, I'd kill this. Okay. So that's fine. That's going to rank up. 93k on the single target is not bad. I'm okay with that. Killing the deer here. I think it's just going to be a little bit of RNG on whether or not I can get past this phase, unfortunately. We do pull Filo's ultimate. We have to do a full rotation of cards before I can even do damage to him, though. So let's go... I think we maybe just use the ult at the beginning, because I don't think I'm going to be able to hold on to the ultimate, because his the odds of him not depleting my ultimate move gauge are very low. So I think we go blue, red. I really need to hold on to this card if possible. I hate to waste the ultimate, but it's probably going to get removed anyway. So blue, red, green into blue. And we'll see how much damage that does. So these are all going to get, 1 damage apiece. But it's going to hopefully get rid of his thingy here. Or his defense buff, whatever that buff is considered to be. Really good damage. I guess my biggest issue here is that Escanor is going to be the one that's going to be doing the big damage. I need Freyr to not deal too much damage here. So hopefully those two cards don't do 20% HP. Yeah, so I'm kind of screwed. Because that's going to, proc the heal. Boom. Not good for me. I really need a Freyr card, which is good, but I'm in a bad spot. Because now I have to... She's going to take a lot of damage here. It wasn't actually as bad as I was expecting it to be. The stance is the worst part, so if I don't kill this turn, I'm basically done for. So... I don't know. A little bit of damage there. It's going to put another corrosion stack on us. I don't know how much this is going to do. Ooh, not a whole lot. Hopefully this does okay damage. Not great. And then the damage cap is too high for us here, so kind of a yikes, I gotta be honest. I think if I would have had maybe like a Filo AoE or something instead of the Jormungand card that I did use, I think I would have been in an okay spot, but I am now not in a good spot because this lasts for 2 turns, unfortunately, and I'm not... I don't have anything that I can even merge for like ultimates or anything, so I guess we just move cards to get ultimates later, because I think Filo's going to end up dying. I think the run's over, honestly. I think we're just kind of in a bad position here. So, yeah. I guess we're going to call it there. It is what it is. He's going to take off my ultimate move gauge here now. Yeah, I used it twice, and it's going to kill Filo, so that's bad. And we still have one more turn of the stance on, so that is pretty much dead run, unfortunately. I think that you can probably do it, maybe if you have better RNG, but... At the same time, like I said, I don't know that she's really worth going through the trouble of using. Like, it's just kind of a... I don't know. It's just kind of a not great pick overall. So, not really sure if I would use her, but I don't know. Fun experiment either way. I guess now you know. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next one.